guys, I'm back. Welcome back. Hey. So it's me, Mitch of all trades, back again. Happy New Year, first of all. Honestly, January is going by really fast. Like, we're in the middle of January right now compared to last year where it was like a very slow month. But anyways, enough of that chit chat. I just wanted to welcome you guys back to my channel. Thank you guys for, staying tuned, still sticking with me. Obviously, as you see, new year, new me, new stuff, new channel. I'm just gonna get right to it. I'm gonna stop talking and get right to it. In 2018, my goal was to become, live every day to become a better version of myself. So basically intentionally living and making sure that everything I do or whatever I plan on doing, whatever decision I make, goes towards making me a better version of myself. Like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and financially. Physically, 2018, I wanted to start going to the gym and be more healthy in living, lifestyle, all that stuff. Financially, I wanted to learn how to budget more because my spending was that's basically what it was. So 2018, I was trying to learn how to save more and be better with financing my own money. Intellectually, I wanted to, gain new knowledge. I wanted to start go back to reading books, which is kind of hard because I don't know. I feel like I'm just too busy. It's just always something that I have to, so many responsibilities. So, I put it down as a goal for me to start reading. Or at least just look for ways to gain new knowledge. Just seeking to learn more. And to just, learn more, basically. Mentally, I wanted to be more productive, more organized, and more disciplined. It's productive in the sense that I'm a procrastinator. I'm a habitual procrastinator. And I get lazy. So in 2018, I wanted to see if I can, be better at being more productive with my time, being able to manage my time well, being more organized of my time and my activities and stuff like that. And be more disciplined, in the sense that if I say from now on I want to do something, just to keep on to be disciplined enough to be accountable and hold on to whatever I planned on doing initially. So that was my mental goal. My emotional goal was to be more, positive in thinking, positive in mindset, seeing everything in a positive way, looking for the good in every situation, seeing the glass half full rather than half empty, being more confident in my knowledge and my skills and who I am and stuff like that. That was my emotional goal. My spiritual goal was to be more in tune with God and build a better relationship with God. So my goal was to, spend more time with Him and to read the Bible more and stuff like that. I reflected back on my accomplishments and I did pretty well. Physically, my physical goal about going to the gym, I joined a gym. I got a membership. I actually got a membership in the summer, and that was because I was still in school, so I didn't have money like that. So after school, I enrolled into the gym, got a membership. As far as eating, I started meal prepping. I started, watching what I eat. I cut down a lot of sweets and stuff like that, sugars, soda, stuff like that. And of course it's hard. For me it was hard. And but having that mentality that this is what I plan on doing helped me be more mindful of what I eat and what choices I make in terms of food and activity. Intellectual goal, I graduated nursing school in 2018. I actually finished in January and walked in May. So I can say that was my goal that was accomplished. That was an accomplishment. If y'all knew, if y'all knew like what I went through, it was crazy. Maybe that's a different story for another day. But yeah, I finished nursing school and I graduated. So that was a good goal accomplishment. Financially, I created a budgeting strategy that was effective for me personally. I feel like budgeting is not, well, when you go online, a lot of people say, oh, this is how you budget properly, this is how you do this is how you do that. And I feel like budgeting is very personalized because you have personal finances that you have to cover, and you have to take that into mind when you budget. So there's no set, I personally don't think there's a set like technique to it. It has to kind of like be personalized to your financial status and what your responsibilities are financially. Like my budgeting strategy might not work for somebody that lives alone, or someone that has like, you know, people to tend to or take care of, or, you know, pay food or school fees for, or whatever it is. So I was able to create one that was good for me, and that was good. Spiritually, this 2018, I grew a solid relationship with God. I was able to, you know, be more consistent with quiet time. And if you guys don't know what quiet time is, basically you just pick like a set time each day. It's better to have like a specific time, but sometimes, like for me personally, it's hard because there's always a lot of things going on. So basically just setting a set time and spending it with God, reading the Bible, you know, stuff like that, writing down thoughts and notes in your book. So I was able to consistently do that, which was an accomplishment because the year before I wasn't consistent, but this year I was able to be consistent, well, at least more consistent than before. So that was an accomplishment. Emotionally, I've been more confident in myself. I feel like I've been more outspoken in 2018, able to speak out for myself and for others, and to stand for what I believe is true. And I think that's a major key, because if you're not confident in what you believe is true, you can be easily influenced, or you can be easily shut down, or, you know, things that you believe should be mentioned may not be mentioned because of your lack of confidence. So building confidence was accomplishment for me. I was able to master peace in 2018. With just all the craziness going on, I noticed I was able to contain myself and, you know, not be overwhelmed by whatever it is that's going on. And I think that's a huge accomplishment, because I've been around a lot of people that are very anxious, a lot of people that have been very antsy whenever situations arise. And I noticed a difference in how I handle situations versus how people that I know handle situations. And I am happy that I've been able to, you know, learn how to be peaceful within. A mental accomplishment. I know I talked about discipline, being organized. A mental accomplishment for me was getting back to YouTube. So if my first video was actually, I think 2017, and after I made that video, I just stopped. But in 2018, I got back, and I've been more consistent than I was before. And I think it took a lot of discipline. It took a lot of organization and management of time, confidence to, you know, get back up again after like a whole year of not doing anything, and took a lot of inner strength. So I think that was a mental accomplishment for me. That was a recap of 2018. So 2019, I obviously have new goals. So basically, like what I've learned in 2018, I don't want it to just stop there. I want to carry it on, because these are things that I have acquired. These are things that I have learned and put into myself as my new lifestyle. So I want to carry it on to this new year, you know, and this new year learn more things and carry it on to the next year. So that's kind of like, that's the goal. That's really what growth is. You keep adding more on top of each other, adding more on top of each other. So with that being said, 2019, I've added new goals to the list. So for me, for 2019, my theme is to live out and experience all that God has planned for me in this year. You know, I don't know if anyone has ever, but when you finally realize what you're capable of, you finally realize what your purpose is, you feel more, I guess you feel more pumped, and you realize that, you know, I can do so much. There's so much out there for me. There's so much that I see myself doing this, I see myself doing that. So you see something in the future and you want it. There's so many things that can stop you from getting to where you're supposed to be. It could be laziness, fear, doubt, insecurities, all that stuff. But with the right mindset, with the right, you know, faith and everything, you can get to where you need to be. So that's where my theme comes in, where I live out and experience everything that is planned out for me, everything that's set out for me. So basically making sure that there's nothing in me that's holding me back from nothing in me that's holding me back from what's mine. You feel me? Okay. So obviously I broke it down to be more specific and be able to have more objective goals, smart goals. I want to strive for excellence basically in everything that I do, even at work. I want to be less lazy. I know I talk about laziness a lot because I realize I'm just very lazy. But I just want to be more hardworking and put in more effort, put in more oomph to whatever it is that I'm doing. Try not to do things just haphazardly. Embrace change. For growth, there needs to be change, and change is not comfortable. I like being comfortable. So when there's change, I'm not comfortable. But the thing is that I have to learn how to not be comfortable and embrace the change, because that's what I need for me to grow. Being myself, understanding that my uniqueness is my greatest power, basically. Not compromising. I have to be more like grounded and not compromise for anyone or for anything. And, you know, that's a good trait that I feel like everyone should learn. I feel like a lot of people compromise and they don't get they miss out on the full experience of what they should be living in. You get it? Yeah. I also have to understand in 2019 that if I do want to strive for excellence and take on a more leadership position and be more, you know, influential and it's more of an inspiration, I have to realize that I live for others. So basically watching how I live, and that kind of ties in with being more excellent in everything that I do. So making sure that whatever it is I'm doing it to the best of my abilities, and I'm doing something that is acknowledging, something that's honorable, because the people that are watching me, whoever it is, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make sure that whatever it is that I represent, that I am living what I represent. Because if I'm not living what I represent, then that just makes me fake and makes me unreliable. And I don't want you guys to think I'm unreliable, because no, that's not nice. I have to drop the attitude of comparison or competition in 2019. And I say that because it's easy to feel threatened, especially in this day and age. You know, a lot of people live in insecurities. A lot of people live in fear, and they're not really confident in their gift and their talents. And me personally, I feel like I need to set up a mindset where I realize that my uniqueness is really my greatest power. Because if I don't believe that, then that's when I begin to see people as competition, or I begin to see people as threats, or I begin to compare myself to others, and then I begin to try to be like other people, and that's not the right way, and that's not going to lead me to where I want to be. So in 2019, I have to learn how to be more focused, have a tunnel vision, and, you know, focus on myself more. Not to worry about what other people are doing, not to worry about what's happening on my left or right. And I have to understand that there's room for everyone. There's literally room for everyone to make it. And this is something that people commonly forget. because they feel like, oh, it's still congested. What if they take my spot? What if they don't? And this, again, like I said, comes from the misconception or the assumption that they're unique, that they're not unique enough. So if you believe you're unique enough, you shouldn't be worried about anything, because you know that whatever it is, what you bring to the table is different from what anyone else brings to the table, even if it feels like you and that other person are moving a similar path. Another one is vulnerability. 2019, I'm going to learn how to be more vulnerable. This is going to be it's going to be hard, but I feel like even just with YouTube, this is a part of vulnerability. The more I'm going to talk to you guys, the more I'm going to share my life with you guys, the more you guys are going to get to know me. So I feel like it's something I have to learn, something I have to embrace as well, the beauty in vulnerability, because, you know, when I say we, I'm just saying me and you or anyone else in this world. We impact other people with our lives and what it is that we've been through, what it is that we've experienced. So it is important that we share ourselves with other people because it helps other people. And then my last goal is to include God in every part of my life. And that's it. So I'm like this, I mean, I know it's January, but it's 11 months left. And that's 11 months of so many things that can happen, so many possibilities, so many opportunities. So I'm encouraging myself and you to make use of this year. I know every year we see the same thing. Oh, it's going to be my year. It's going to be my year. It's going to be my year. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And we talk a lot in January. In January, we talk so much. I don't know why we talk so much in January, because after January, nobody, like, I don't see the work in anything. Like, nobody be doing nothing in February, March, all that stuff. In January, everybody be at the gym. In January, everybody has their goals. But, like, after January, nobody does anything else. And that's bad. We have to change that. So, in 2019, we're going to change it. If you don't have a goal yet, you need a book or something, or write it down on your phone. Make a goal and write it down. And I feel like writing it down helps you remember each time that this is what I plan on doing. Because you can put it in your head and then you might forget. But writing it down helps you in remembering and keeps you consistent and keeps you committed. Thank you guys for watching. Comment and subscribe. Like, share. I want to hear you guys speak more and tell me how you're feeling about my videos, or ask me questions that you always wanted to ask me. Don't be shy. What else? I'll be back. I'll be back again. So thank you and have a good night.